up, you guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So, where are we, Liv?
The teacher's lounge.
Only because we had nowhere to film after basketball practice, but today's topic is on Shays Rebellion.
So to start off,
We are going to be saying a summary about Shays Rebellion.
Shays Rebellion happened in Massachusetts in 1786. The poor people didn't agree with the new terms that the government gave to them. The rebellion led to General George Washington becoming the first president of the United States.
It lasted from 1786 to 1787.
It was led by Daniel Shays, who was a Revolutionary War veteran and a farmer of Massachusetts.
Daniel got over 4,000 soldiers and people to help him, and they were known as the Shayites.
Shays Rebellion took place because the overall population believed that the wealthy merchant population was arguing over unfair terms.
The rich merchants were making the whole population pay taxes and debts with money that the poor people and the people really didn't have. Soon after, Daniel Shays and some soldiers decided to protest because none of them could pay off debt.
So then, before the whole Shays Rebellion thing happened, the community sent petitions to the state to send more money, but they ended up getting ignored.
The very first protest they had happened in 1786 in Northampton, Massachusetts. To continue on with our summary, in September, Shays tried to prevent the Supreme Judicial Court from meeting, but the local military knew he was coming and that he had men by his side to protect the courthouse.
By the end of 1786, people had shut the courts down, making people very upset.
As an outcome, Sam Adams helped make these rebels arrested and jailed without a trial and wanted people to die. Total of 18 dudes died. Then Sam Adams saved the day by letting all of the people pay with farm goods instead of money.
But by doing this, did not whatsoever stop the other side. Then in January, Daniel Shays and his men decided to attack, but they waited a few weeks.
By January 25th, they surrounded the area ready for an attack. But one of Shays' men, Luke Day, changed his mind about attacking, and he said he wasn't ready. What a baby. But the message about him not being ready was cut short by the military, so Shay had no idea whatsoever that the date was changed. Another big oof.
Okay, so moving on. When Shay and his squad arrived at Springfield, they were met by the military and the group that went up north, taking everyone's stuff and goods, and on their way, they had to try hardest to avoid Abraham Lincoln and his troops that were sent after that.
So then, Shay got caught. That's mad tough. But he was forgiven in 1788, and he was let back into sea to hide from the sharks again. And then the U.S. Constitution was established in 1787, and as a result of Shays Rebellion, it was looked over by George Washington.
They were trying to give the government power because they were really lacking it during the rebellion.
So this is the outcome or the ending of Shays Rebellion.
So Shays Rebellion, they stopped the courts from working, and they freed the men who were in jail because they didn't pay their money. And instead, a militia was formed privately, and it was raised by merchants, and it defeated the regulators, who were Daniel Shay and his men, and the rebellion was ended. So Casey, what were some effects of Shays Rebellion?
Well, the Spanish refused to allow the American farmers ship all their goods and supplies down the Mississippi River to pay off their debt.
Shays and 1,000 Massachusetts farmers wanted to take all of the state's weapons warehouse.
And Massachusetts government called the militia to stop the revolt.
Articles on Confederation was replaced by the Constitution.
So, Liv, what caused Shays Rebellion? Well, farmers and other people did not pay their taxes.
Congress didn't have enough gold or silver to get coins.
And farmers were forced to sell their land and livestock and goods so they could pay off their debts.
And people who let the government take their money wanted it back, which didn't make sense.
All about the dude who started Shays Rebellion. Daniel Shays. Take it away, Liv.
Shays Rebellion fought in the American Revolution in 1775 to 1780.
When the war ended, the new country was growing and people were making so much money.
Then Massachusetts raised their taxes and farmers owed money. Then they began losing their homes and some even ended up in jail.
Oof. Big tough. He was the leader of Shays' Rebellion, obviously it was named after him, and he was the one who started a protest. Him and all his men that he gathered up became known as the Regulators.
And finally, he grew up in 1747 in Hopkinton, Massachusetts.
Okay guys, that's the end of our video. I hope you liked it.
Like and subscribe.
And I hope it taught you something. So yeah.